Hello, everyone. Welcome to a Saturday watch party of the #1 series on Netflix, Obliterated. That's right. We are going to be watching episodes 3 and 4 of Obliterated today. It's been hilarious so far. I have very a lot of difficulty avoided all spoilers, and I haven't watched any more episodes. I am watching these for the first time. With me today, you know them from previous KenCast, their own amazing followings. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to present both Watch Party and Cobra Kai Wisdom. Mike, how are you guys?
What is up?
Great. Are we all hungover from last night?
No, as we learned in, I think it was episode 2, you got to keep drinking so you don't get over. McKnight has taught us that. That's the secret.
Yeah.
I never realized. You got to keep having little sips, and that avoids the hangover, and you're good.
Yeah, just nurse it all night long, and then the morning.
There you go.
Well, I'm definitely doing that. I'm either continuing or starting early on this Saturday, just in honor of this show. Okay, so guys, Watch Party and Mike, Cobra Kai Wisdom, you guys have seen this entire series maybe more than once. So what would you say, like, to catch people up to episode 2? Maybe they're jumping in here for the first time and they just want to start watching episode 2. I don't know why, but
episode
kind
3?
of what right, episode 3. Where are we right now in the story?
Things are just starting to heat up, right? So first episode they thought they had it, then they realized they didn't, but they had partied a little bit too hard. And so now episode 2, they were trying to get information from the prisoners, but then havoc happened and Haggerty's completely out. They're bomb tech. And Maya was with a I don't know, was some sort of woman working for the other side, but then they realized she was bad. So then basically, so where we are is they commandeered a bus, gas and
party bus.
Party bus. They commandeered a party bus and are chasing I think some of the Russians, right? So that's exactly where we left off.
Wow, that's amazing. Watch Party. That's incredible. What an amazing summary. Yes, and we saw for the first time the gremlin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. That was like, that popped up late in episode 2. Love that moment. Yeah, okay. So this will be great. We're going to be getting into episode 3. If anyone's watching right now, who's not an adult, you probably shouldn't be watching this show. It's very, very adult oriented.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to do what we did last time. I'm going to count down 3, 2, 1, and actually let me go over to the screen here. So this timer in the lower right hand corner will show you pretty much where we are in the episode. So we'll be starting with episode 3, going into episode 4. If you ever get lost, just sync up with this timer, and you should be syncing up with our copious laughter as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, guys, I don't know. Do you have any thoughts or comments or words of advice to anyone before we start watching episode 3?
Hold on to yourself is all I can say. Each episode is just so packed with so much. Mm-hmm. And that was something I spoke about on a live last night, that it's a completely different show, obviously, from Cobra Kai. But what is similar about it, if you know the big 3, is that each episode is just compacted with so much. You can't even believe how many different storylines they're able to get in just one episode. So if we're doing 2 episodes, that's just going to be a lot of info.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. A Watch Party, do you have any words of advice?
Yeah, I think I was going to say, brace yourself for the worst, but I don't know if we're not quite there yet. But each episode, it's not only as Mike said, packed with everything, but each episode, makes an effort to have a little bit of shock value. There's something in every episode that kind of like will get in a reaction from the audience, right? So something like that.
Right. Wow. Okay. Well, guys, I can't wait. Everyone, I see your comments. Thanks for joining us today. We are going to kind of do a wrap up our thoughts. We're going to collect our thoughts after the episode. So I hope everyone is synced up, gone to Netflix, gone to episode 3, and I will now count down 3, 2, 1, play, and then hit play when I say play, and then we will start watching this episode. Okay. Wisdom watch party, you ready to go?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, play.
Mhm.
Thanks for mentioning, Ken, that this is your first time seeing everything, because I was about to go
Oh,
full
yes.
blown spoilers, but I will refrain from doing that now.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Whoa. Sasquatch. John, Josh, and Hayden write these characters very well.
They do.
Almost a little too well, I think.
Oh no. Oh no.
The back of the bus says vague ass. It's Peter's favorite little point. It's Peter's favorite.
And when you see
Haggerty's
things like
still out.
that, oh yeah, Haggerty's gone.
Mm.
Target is a black SUV northbound on Interstate 15. It's about 5 clicks ahead of you. Keep a steady pace. Yes. Package.
Huh. Intriguing.
Yeah, there's a lot of twists and turns.
Yes.
Twists and
Quite a few.
turns in terms of the villainy in this series. And I'd
Mhm.
say this is sort of the beginning of that, when you realize that, oh, there's more to it than we thought. It's not just one guy, one bad Russian.
Interesting.
Poor hungry trunk.
Blow up dolls.
Ooh.
Take down the target, move on. That's how we roll, right?
Jen in the chat, 5 click is a measure of distance.
Oh, cool.
And I could look it up. I'm not exactly sure what it means, but when they say someone's 3 clicks away, 5 clicks in front of you, that's what it means.
I don't know if you would actually use the term clicks on a city street, though.
Right.
Yeah.
Like blocks, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's like it's a kilometer. That's what it is. So 5 clicks is 5K ahead.
Well, that
Yeah,
just sounds European.
Well, that's what's a little bit funny about this. That's they're all military except for Ava, who I believe are not supposed to operate in the United States. I think that's one of like the tenements of their rules is that they don't work within the U.S.
Yeah,
So,
that's the part where we suspend disbelief.
yeah, but it makes it funny for
Yeah.
reasons like that they're using that type of terminology and operating as if they're in the Middle East, but they're in Vegas.
Right.
Old Fremont Street, looking great.
It is.
Is your shirt, Mike?
Yep.
There we go. Yes, this is what I was saying. That Zach and Leo really leveled it up on titling their tracks for the soundtrack. This one was called "Eyes on the Douchebag," which is fantastic. They just pulled it right from the lines and just said that's going to be our track title. And this one's "Eyes on the Douchebag."
Wifey.
Oh, wait for the weekend? She's 18.
Oh.
Las Vegas?
You're more likely to roll a 7 than an 8, but
Mhm.
you're more likely to roll. Come line.
Who is this actor? He looks crazy familiar.
He does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I meant to
Actually,
look it
should-
up before this. It was driving me nuts. I said, I know I've seen him before, like in something that was really popular a long time ago that the big three
Yeah.
would have known about.
I don't buy that she actually looks like a prostitute. Like, I actually think her dress is kind of conservative by Vegas standards.
Right. Right.
But whatever. Oh, Hank Rogerson. Huh. Hmm. Hmm. Oh.
I know, Clifford. Trunk needs some food. I get it. I understand the hunger.
Mm-hmm.
He's right next to the food court. Oh, he didn't even cash out. I somehow missed that.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Bobby saw Dom Rivera throwing these out. Right on time. Always in touch. I told you to come along. Back. Right? The world disappears when she's got it. Hey, manners. Can I get you something? Have an untouched Wellington for Bingo Cell. It looks so good. You want to frame it all over. What we're doing here. On drones? Hey guys, move to the front porch. It's easier to blend in. Easier to blend into a large pepperoni too. Get ready to remember. That's the best standard operating procedure. So there. Terrific. This time, you never know who's going to die. Just make sure it's place into the She just mad she missed a day of her phones. I'm gonna find this alright.
This was the beauty of this. Like when they go into a strip club, you're expecting, you can mentally prepare. Okay, I know I'm going to see some stuff. A scene like this just comes absolutely out of nowhere, and you're just like, what the hell?
Right.
How is this fitting
Like
in
anything's
here?
possible in Vegas.
Oh yeah.
Anywhere in Vegas.
Yeah. Kind of conservative by Vegas standards, I would say.
Maybe you were too busy cheating at practice, but we didn't cheat. We split it up.
She got a drink.
Yes, she did. And I love this. Trunk is starving. There's clearly some ready-made slices right there.
Yeah.
I know.
He wants to order his own fresh-made perfect pizza with pineapples.
Anyone see him?
Hey, Brian, welcome.
What's happening?
Hey there.
Hey now.
Great to see you. We are in the thick of Vegas action.
Here we go.
Ooh.
What's going on up there? Oh, what's happening? Just take me to that empty. It's also back here. It's jacket. It's jacket.
Oh. Oh.
What? I heard he just shit his pants. What about this fucking scam? What? The rodeo just let out. There's some that cowboy hats scaring people's faces. Okay, I can. No. All right, everyone with a cowboy hat.
Mm-mm.
Everyone get their napkins.
Ooh.
Never miss.
I didn't-
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Interesting.
Mm-mm.
Get a license plate? Young, we're looking for a black limo just left the area. He said it was like a business thing. I'm not sure if it's just anything else in there. Like a I know where that is.
Oh. Hmm. Some really shady stuff going on.
Mhm.
There's a limit. You gotta go in quiet. I got everything in the warehouse to just in the security camera. We're in. There are a lot of dudes here.
You are tough.
You are tough.
Get it.
Get it.
Fucked up ear thing.
Fucked up ear thing. Very scary. You and your boss. Very familiar. Here's the thing. You missed.
Ooh.
I am too. Showing you.
Don't know.
Hey, go. Let's go.
This is actually what Circus Circus looks like.
Oh,
Like,
no.
like today. Like that's what it looks like. Like if you rented a room there. This is their lobby. This is their buffet.
Ravens. Two of which you get this ship. Third one,
This is like a reception desk.
one. You are going to tell me.
Guy's very strict.
3. This is one that you still have some say in. Aaron is going to cut off your good ear.
It's Gale from Breaking Bad.
This is communication.
I've never seen Reservoir Dogs, but I know this happens. No.
We need that left. We need that left. Your left. Chris, your left.
Yeah, no mercy. All right.
That definitely felt like a Whiskey and White Claw callback, that line. You can't hurt me.
Yeah.
They must have left.
Must have left before.
He's still alive. We're gonna get him back.
We're gonna get him back.
All land at the bus.
All land at the bus. These things have seatbelts, right? Come on, Hunter, let's go. Hurry up.
Faster! They have Trump!
Someone's gonna close the doors. Oh, how fast are we flying? Oh!
130 knots. 130 knots.
130 knots. Headed due east with a wind speed differential.
You have a vector.
Kind of crazy if you were trying to cool me from your material.
Oh.
All patches into air control comms.
It's cake. Delicious, right? This ain't no better. Oh, yeah, let me get some. This shit's worth as hell. Ain't nothing like the sweet taste of chopper. You son of a bitch! It's all yours, kid.
Ooh. Ow. Ooh.
Wow.
Sure Nova.
That's how you end an episode.
Yeah.
Wow.
Kind of want some cake.
Yeah.
Chopper cake.
Yeah, it was chocolate. That's what I was saying. It looked pretty good.
So, man, so what do you guys think? Brian, you got in kind of halfway through. I don't know if it was too disorienting or were you able to catch up pretty quickly?
I'm right where I want to be.
Good.
Well, for the most part.
Well, man, so my first thought, I think we might have talked about it last time, but
Oh, I should
really
be pausing
McKnight is like, I could totally see William Zabka like playing McKnight and like delivering all those lines. It's like as a Johnny-esque type character. Pretty funny. I just love the character. Like I love the character of Johnny.
Well, also, I think it also, I don't know. I think back to the season 1, episode 1, watching was it Iron Eagle?
Yeah.
Yeah, he imagines himself that way.
McKnight is like the idealistic 80s action hero, the sort of person, you know, Johnny loved, maybe even the sort of person McKnight himself loves, we'll see, but you know, yeah, he's like the action hero, definitely.
Yeah, it's like a whole bunch of 80s action heroes rolled into one, like, and coupled with a little bit of 80s rock stars. He's got the hair, and it's just all combined together. It's fantastic.
It's got the swagger.
Yeah.
So what'd you guys think of episode 3? Brian, I guess you're watching for the first time, and then Mike and Watch Party watching it again. What'd you guys think of episode 3?
Stakes are higher. I'm sticking around for 4. I mean, that's. I mean, I what brought me to this show is John, Josh, and Hayden writing, but I'm completely divorced from the whole Miyagi-verse, and so I kind of get to look at it with fresh eyes, and don't, you know, like, I have high expectations, and I smell notes of their other films. Feels very like the pilot episode felt very Harold and Kumar 2, or Harold and Kumar 2. And the party scenes feel very American Pie 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just can't get over. To me, it's the when I think of episode 3, I think of the Haggerty butt shot of them washing him in the pond or the fountain.
Definitely, yes. It's a sight that you would never expect, and I'm wondering if that's kind of a theme for the show. Every episode, maybe we're going to see something we never expected to see.
Right, which is what I said at the beginning. Yeah, every episode, it's like they make it a point. You know, every episode's going to have some sort of shock moment, or maybe even 2. You know, and that was the one for this one. And by the way, Kimmy had said, when you listen to the her interview on Cobra Kai Companion. The poop was CGI, so he was actually there with his pants down, and they were like throwing water on it, but all the poop was CGI. So
Wow.
so if that helps you understand the scene or anything. Yeah.
I want to make a Billy Madison comment right now, but I don't know if we could use 4-letter words on this show, so I'm not going to. He called the S poop.
Right.
That's what it is. But it's at the same time, though, what's brilliant is each of these shocking scenes, they're shocking, but they also further the story. They're not just there for shock value. There is a reason for it, including this scene, the poop scene and getting the new pants. You'll see there's a reason for it. It does further the story. So everything that's in there is there for a reason, which is pretty brilliant.
Right. Yeah. And it's like there's a lot of plot twists happening here. You know, you guys had mentioned that earlier, but you could really see that like whoa, what is going on? It's like kind of a roller coaster of what the intrigue of what's happening with the bad guys behind the scenes here.
Yeah, definitely. You think it's the Russians. We're fighting the Russians. They're the bad guys here. And this is the episode where it starts to see clear. Oh, there's another group here. Who's this guy who is clearly not Russian? He appears to be American. Right. So who's the bad guy here? Who are we fighting here? Is it both? And they appear to be against each other as well. And
yeah,
I'll just say that keeps going
against each other as much as our heroes working against the bad guys. So yeah. It's like a multiple sides going on here.
You know, you had asked, I think, Watch Party last time for the first time viewers if we had any guesses as to if there's like a mole or someone who's kind of with the bad guys that you don't think is with the bad. And this episode, I don't know, the blonde girl. I'm kind of wondering. She's kind of become an interesting character, and she seems a bit more. You know, without giving it away, I don't know if you guys obviously know because you've seen it, but she seems to be a lot more with it in this episode, and perhaps I don't know. There's more going on to her character, but I'll just throw that out there.
Well, I mean, she was reacting to those bad smells, man. Like you would too, right? So
it's very true. Although she seemed very with it. I don't know. She seemed even outside of that. She seemed kind of with it. A little bit more so than maybe the first 2 episodes. So I got my eye on her.
She's the only one who's sober of the whole group. Even though
we know the real reason you have your eye on her. That dress. Even Frank described that dress. If you listen to the interview, as it looks like her boobs are gonna pop out. That's how he described the dresses.
Oh, jeez.
For the costume, no punches.
Yeah.
Well, hats off to Frank. I mean, my goodness, just the costumes are fun. You know, including the shirt that Mike has on right now. We got to see trunk wear throughout the episode. So
yeah. What does the bottom of it say? Something vegan, right?
This is what happens in Vegas.
Oh, Vegas. Oh gosh. I thought it was a vegan joke. This is how I work.
No vegans, but it's a fun story, and I think each character is going to get their moment, is what I'll say, throughout the season, throughout the series. Each separate character gets their moment to have their journey, and it's going to start deepening. I'd say it starts deepening in this episode 3 and continues certainly over the next 3 or 4 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. So at this point, who are you guys' favorite characters? I see some of that going on in the comments. I'll bring up some comments here in a minute, but who are you guys' favorite characters maybe in this episode?
In this episode? Yeah, actually maybe McKnight. In this specific episode, I'm thinking, yeah, like McKnight, and then I always like the Paul Gremlin interactions and all that stuff. So
yes.
I've been a Trunk fan. You know, I kind of gravitated towards him, and I think maybe a lot of other fans. I haven't read any forums or anything, but I would imagine a lot of others are. And so, for compromising him, it keeps us more invested. I'm invested. I want to know what's going on.
Right.
Yeah, I'm a Maya fan overall, whole season, she's definitely my favorite. But as far as this episode, I'm really loved the McKnight and Ava relationship. They've clearly already had their history from the first episode, and you get a sense that they are just apples and oranges in terms of how they operate. And she says one thing, he does the opposite, and vice versa. And like, they clearly are attracted to each other and like each other, but at the same time cannot stand each other. So it's hilarious to just watch their interactions and how they work, especially when things get heated.
Right. Yeah, I agree. All those characters are amazing. I am feeling a lot of sympathy for Trunk now. My gosh, the guy just can't quench the munchies. Feel so bad for him. Really,
you know his problem. You can already see it is he orders too much. He ordered too much for the DoorDash, and then he ordered this special pizza. And I think that the lesson is you can already see, and this probably continue, is don't be gluttonous, don't be greedy. If he just got one slice that was ready to go,
he would have been fine.
Yeah.
Right. I do have a question for you guys, because obviously there's that animosity between Maya and Ava about McKnight and all that. But back in the first episode, was there really did Maya really claim McKnight like publicly? Was she just kind of lusting after him? Like,
well, I mean, if you put whipped cream on and walk out, it's as much as you can attempt at a claim. But she was behind the curve, so to speak. Yeah.
But she never did. You're right. She never did tell Ava, I like McKnight. I have feelings for McKnight. They were talking about him because Ava was saying, oh, he's such a
small dick energy.
Yeah, exactly.
And she assumed Ava didn't like him because Ava spoke negatively about him, I guess, and so I mean, she had no reason to assume there was anything going on, or potentially.
Right. So right. Like, I get Maya being upset, but at the same time, I mean, hopefully Maya can recognize that, like, she didn't have any public stake or claim on McKnight. She didn't say like, hey, I'm going to go after him. So hopefully she can be a little easier on Ava going forward.
I forget the dialogue. I think Maya thought Ava was basically giving her advice on going after him. I forget how the exact scene went, but that was part of it. Like, she thought like Ava was telling her, or giving her advice on how to do it.
Very cool. Very interesting. Thank you, Cobra Kai Wisdom, Mike, for asking. We had some great responses. Chad and Ava, but Gomez is badass, says J-Cat. Let's see. Clifford says, my favorite character is Tech Girl, Maya. Yeah. She's a really, really cool character.
She was, and she was my favorite too. The first time I watched out of the gate. So in the first several episodes, I think overall it's shifted to someone else. But yeah, I really like Maya too.
She seems like a character that is very much up in her head, just why she was kind of a couple steps behind, and use what's his name's whippets for covering herself.
Right.
Like, that's what it was. Like, wasn't like a bottle like Ready Whip or something like that he was nothing.
Yeah,
right.
Doing, Maddox.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah.
Clifford, I think in relation to the blonde girl, I'm sorry, I don't know her name yet, but yes, I agree, Ken. I noticed they didn't force her into the helicopter. Interesting. Yeah, got to watch her. Right, got to keep an eye on her. Right, watch party. But well, all right. I'm curious about what's going to happen next. Are you guys ready for episode 4?
And I'll say why I'm excited about this is I usually do my first pass of these things in complete solitude, just so I can just kind of be there. It's like, let's face it, you have no friends, Brian. But no, I'm excited to kind of just be along for the ride with you guys and have others annotate. Like, have you ever watched something with somebody that you've seen many times, and you watch it with someone that you've never watched it with before, and you start to notice things that you just like, how did I not notice that?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what this feels like to me, but we've all not noticed it because it's anyways. Let's watch the flick.
Very, very cool. All right, everyone who's watching, you could be watching on YouTube. You could be watching on Facebook. Looks like we've got, like, Jamie is watching on X. It looks like we're getting comments through X now, which is absolutely fantastic. You could be watching on Instagram. We are switching over to episode 4 now. So if you're just joining us, get episode 4 lined up. Get the marker to 0. Get the time code to 0. And we will tee this up here. I'm going to set this timer to 3 seconds just to sync here. And yeah, are you guys ready for episode 4?
Let's do it.
Okay. Walks of Shame, episode 4. And I will count us down. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, play.
Slice so fucking good. Jesus Christ. Slice so fucking good.
Okay, here's what we get: the '80s action hero worship.
You're right. Is that Virginia Madsen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
She has reached mom age.
That's incredible.
Look for something more substantial. You ready for more nachos?
Fuck yeah!
Yeah.
What the shit, Mom? This is You're gonna make the nachos.
Oh, what happened? Console's destroyed.
Who the fuck is this circle, Harvey?
I'm sorry. You doing this?
David. Truman.
Right. I told you. Go on. Vulture's reading instead. Regular service.
No signal.
See the face on that phone?
Ooh, awkward.
What?
Oh.
I have no signal.
Strike the fucking what? From fucking ass.
They know that we crashed it with like backup.
Mm.
Yeah, definitely some Weekend at Bernie's vibes with Haggerty at the
Yes.
beginning.
Love that Top Gun.
Perfect.
Especially the volleyball scene.
A lot of tense action there with Haggerty.
All right. Jeez.
A click.
It's a kilometer.
Yes. Caesars.
Let's see.
Mm.
That's great. Love that.
You said it in Latin.
Perfect. This guy.
I love this guy.
Love the gold tooth.
Mm. Maybe I should have.
Sorry, I'm the babysitter. Dead weight. Look, I shouldn't have called you dead weight, alright? I only said that because you are just worried about Trump and pissed at Winters for 14 years old. Start making that right now. Yeah, well, she's dreaming and she thinks she's gonna milk another 8 buck out of that thing. Oh shit! You know, smash pissers. Yeah,
Smash pissers.
I never made sure. Wait a fuck ahead of us now. We're just the back up. Bible. That's the word.
Dugan.
Oh,
Whoa.
oh,
Oof. Oof. Ooh.
Oh.
oh,
Mm. Ow.
oh. Okay.
Oh.
Very Amir Blumenfeld type from Harold and Kumar 3.
Yes.
What's up, John?
How's it going, John? Thanks for joining.
Hmm.
Yep, good call, Clifford. That was Lori Petty.
Good call. Great call.
Has probably one of the most distinct voices in Hollywood, in my opinion.
Yes.
Before you can even see her, I recognized the voice.
They
Yes.
traded me to Racine.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Mhm. Huh.
That's a good line.
Oh, she's a light.
Oh, no.
Ah,
Hope it fits.
oh, damn it.
Wow.
Excuse my language, everybody. I'll be looking away for that. Tell me when it's done.
Toucan.
That's definitely a callback line. Are you insane? Depends who you ask.
Mhm.
Oh.
It was a glow stick, Jen. Phallic shaped glow stick.
I don't know.
Just looking at the cameraman. Some union guy. I think you should do it.
Oh, ah.
Oh.
Ah.
That sucks.
Oh, no.
Oof.
Now shake your hair out.
Uh-oh.
Oh, shit. No.
Mhm.
Hmm.
If Beetlejuice had a wife, it would be her
Yes.
or a sister. I don't know. Now she's giving me freak show vibes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I heal from the inside out.
Ooh.
That scream.
Broken Mirror flashback. That's another big classic.
Yes.
Woof. Mhm.
Yes,
I was
Clifford. Good reference.
I was hoping for a what do you think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna save the effing day. We've all been there.
Ooh.
It's a very expensive song.
Mm. Yes, Brian, you are the music expert.
It just
Yeah.
seems like it's expensive.
Yes.
It's Crisco on the shelf. All right. Woo!
Nice.
Woo!
Oh,
Woo! Ooh.
Hey, Peter.
Hey, what's going on, everyone?
Hey.
What's going on, Peter?
I was trying to have it where I can take my lunch right when the episode finishes, but we'll see.
It's just about there.
Yeah, at the very least, wanted to hop in.
Dugan is now looking at the bomb.
Colonel Dugan.
Yeah, maybe.
With the Walton Goggin looking guy.
Yeah, he does look like Goggin. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Wow, Bob Jordan.
And there you go.
So, okay, guys, what'd you think?
It's okay. It's all right.
So, everyone, if you're just joining us, we've got Watch Party, and Peter just joined us. You can see by his avatar, he's got some Obliterated content. They both contribute to the Obliterated Companion. You guys have reviewed the show, and everyone should go check out Obliterated Companion. And we've got Cobra Kai Wisdom, Mike, who's joining us for the very first time with an amazing shirt, and Brian Fishbach, general movie and music expert, huge Cobra Kai fan, and now watching Obliterated. Brian and I are the only two who have not seen this at all. We are watching it with you. So, what'd you guys all think?
This was a truncated episode.
Good word choice.
I've been saving that one, you guys.
There you go.
Well done. Well done.
That's
It was
a word.
definitely a slowed down episode compared for like the party bus and the nonstop action sequences from the episode before. Was definitely a lot more character focused. This is sort of what I was talking about. This is more the point where you start to focus on the characters and who they are individually, as well as some of their relationships with each other. And we'll just say this is kind of where their development starts to begin.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think slowed down is right, because if you actually think, like, the episode begins and ends in the same spot. It begins with them stranded in the desert. Trunk and Lana are captured, and then it ends with them in the desert with Trunk and Lana captured. So yeah, so I think it's like it feels like it doesn't progress a whole lot. So we get this sort of side adventures. It's like the side quest of Paul and running into Vegas, which I really like, actually. That's probably my favorite part of the episode, his whole little journey into Vegas and taking everyone out, and then it's all a fever dream.
What do you guys think about the boyfriend, Blast?
I love him. I love that character, Blast.
He was a bit like
Stingray.
He had the same zeal as like a pre Cobra Kai indoctrinated Stingray a little bit, and a little bit of Amir felt from Harold and Kumar 3.
Yep.
It's hard for me not to look at these things through that lens, but I liked him.
Yeah, I think he's one of my favorite characters. I told somebody online that he should be Stingray's cousin because they're just that character, you know.
But then what's funny about this one is the character. It appears to have all been a drug-induced hallucination, and so is the character really like that, or is this just the douchebag that Paul has envisioned his daughter is dating? That this is what his personality is like. We don't know at this point.
Yeah.
We'll wait and see.
They trained operative where he has to think of the worst. So could be like the most charming, wonderful person.
Mhm.
I don't know.
I know. I was wondering if he was real. I was because we saw him, I think, in that Instagram post, right?
Yeah,
With
you see them
Jen.
together in the pictures. Yeah, so which is
Right.
how he envisioned them. So
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So he could be real, or he could be like his worst hallucination of
Mhm.
pictures from, Jen's prom or whatever.
Mhm.
But I guess we'll find out soon.
Yeah.
The Caesars, as a side note, well, everybody wants to hear this. So, growing up, I always thought Vegas was really cool, but I didn't actually end up going there until I was 20. And the first thing I ever had from Vegas was a watch that my father got me from Caesar's Palace. It needs a new battery. But look,
Oh wow.
yeah, look at that. It's very like early 1990s because that's when it was manufactured.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's classic.
I brought it back when I went back home, and thought the fans would want to see because Vegas Vegas ain't what she used to be.
Nope.
No, these days at least. But no, I'm as someone that like it's really hard for me to get captivated by television, just because it's overwhelming. Like if I'm not invested in the characters, if I'm not entertained, I have no problem uncommitting from things.
Mhm.
I'm ready to go to the next one.
Right.
Like this is I'll bite. This is entertaining, and I'm really giving this a chance. And it's also right when we adjourned for the day after episode 4. Maybe think about action films of today. How it's like it feels a bit rushed. It's so singularly driven,
Mhm.
and life isn't always just about just seeing one person going through the world. I mean, we are that person, but it's nice to have a cast of characters and see them all develop. And I think that's why someone may have referred to these days as the golden age of television. Is this the new golden age of television, or is it the saturated age of television? Or am I jumping around too much?
Well,
I
it
mean,
it's
started
probably the
maybe
golden age.
as the golden age, and then it became the saturated.
Yeah,
We
but
might be
it-
at the end of the golden age. Yeah.
Yeah,
It-
but I like this. I like I feel like like a name drop here. Martin Cove told me in an interview once that a lot of television fans they're sharper than they used to be, and people that watch scripted dramas, I forgot what his words were. But it was something about how like they're smart fans, and he can't just be like, here, eat this. We know you're gonna like it no matter what. George Clooney's in it. Enjoy. Like. And I really do respect good writing and people that don't just put something out there for the sake of putting it out there. This is well done.
Yeah, totally. I completely agree. You're right. So many times it's easy to just stop watching a TV show and or you feel like you're obligated to watch the next episode. And this really, it's just fun. It's just a lot of fun, and you want to keep watching it. You want to experience the fun.
And the other thing I was doing too, as we were doing the watch along, I during episode 3, I was just kind of quietly listening to somebody else in the background here, which was fine. But I really wanted to have the experience of the music, so I put my AirPods underneath here so I could. And I like it. It just kind of gives it's that sugar in the cake. I just need to have it.
Yeah, Zach and Leo, fantastic work as always. They are just absolute dynamos. And I want to ask you guys, Peter, watch party, Cobra Kai Wisdom. Like, what are your thoughts on episode 4 after seeing it again? At least 2 huge cameos. What did you guys pick up watching this again?
I love Lori Petty. I thought that was a fantastic cameo. Anything she does is gold, but this was a particularly good one. This is really, I would describe as the turning point in the series where you start to really get to know and love these characters. And Brian, you're absolutely right. I think Jon Hurwitz was the one who talked about the original idea for this. It was supposed to be a movie ages ago when they were first talking about it. And when they started to make the switch to, no, it's going to be a streaming, they were happy about that because you're right. In a movie, it's usually about one, maybe two characters. They're the leads. Everyone else is in the background. But the streaming gave them the opportunity to have it be an ensemble where every character is important. And I think that's one of the things that makes this show great, is that you're invested in every single character and everyone gets to have their moment. And this was definitely one of those episodes where almost every character gets to have at least one moment where they shine.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell that like they really sat and took a good look around, like really sat in front of the whiteboard and really tried to figure out, all right, why is this person there? You know, a bunch of these people may be composites of other characters they may have had, but I like the way this cookie's tasting. You know, I was just yesterday I was talking with somebody who's writing a rom-com. Love the premise, but also at the same time, like we're thinking like, you know, a rom-com that's got several episodes. It's more believable as opposed to just like meet, things are all right, then they go down, then you're back happily ever after or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's just more believable when you have more time. And now the audiences have not over the time, but they have the capability of committing. They have the capability and desire to sit and watch these things develop.
Yeah. You know, something John, Josh, and Hayden said specifically in regards to this is they felt like if they did it as a movie, ultimately in a movie, you know, especially like an action movie, it's like a Rambo movie where you have one character, you have your main character, then you can have the supporting cast, but it's mostly going to be about your main character. So like, yeah, like if you did it in a movie, maybe it's mostly about Chad or something, but by making it a show, they can really make it a full ensemble. You can dive into each individual character, like Paul's fever dream, you know, and then you got the scene just in this episode, Maya is in the pit and, you know, Angela helps her out with the glowing dildo and everything like that. So you get all those things, you get more character. It can become more ensemble by virtue of having it as a series.
Yeah, and I think in this episode, it also kind of pairs up certain characters that we may or may not see later on in other episodes too. So giving us that 24 concept, you know, each episode being roughly 1 hour real time, those characters, they get to grow together, and we as well, that POV is also ours, and so we kind of grow with those pairings and characters as well. Lori Petty, always welcomed. I spoke with Kimmy, who plays Maya, who's also a big fan of Orange is the New Black.
Did she ride on your back at some point?
Yeah, you know, I was a camel, right? Like skin was missing, and so Maya was like, "Hey, like I need a lift."
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's kind of cool to kind of see her, like the Tank Girl connection as well. I don't know. I'm trying to think of what else. The stuff with Trunk and Lana, you know, that was also very interesting. You know, can't wait to see what else transpires after this in episode 5.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I got a question for everybody here, and really cut me off. It's too off topic, but I'm kind of curious to hear in the last 15 years. So since 2007, besides Cobra Kai, know thy audience. And nothing that's based on like what's a television series that you absolutely love more than possibly everything else, but it has to have premiered 2007 onward. Can't be Cobra Kai, and it can't be based on a true story. What are your favorites?
Breaking Bad.
Anyone else?
I was going to say Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul was excellent too.
Game of Thrones started out good, but it went downhill.
Which one?
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I really haven't had one in the past 15 years until Cobra Kai came out. Not to be a cop out here, but that was part of the reason it was so refreshing. It was the first time in a really, really long time that it was a show I was truly invested in from beginning to end. And in my opinion, kept getting better as time went on.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the 2007 through 2018 era was overall pretty slow in television compared to some other eras in the past.
Looks like J-Cat likes Castle. Saw an episode that got filmed once downtown. And for me, I'm in the same kind of the same boat. I mean, it's I mean, look, my favorite shows of all time are The Simpsons and South Park. Simpsons, I've only seen 1/3 of the episodes. South Park, I've seen everything, but it's evolved with the times and everything like that. And then when it comes to live action shows, I mean, I've it's been, I don't know, I feel like I've been hard to please. But
Yeah.
I'm in love with Cobra Kai, and I'm enjoying this. But those are. I've heard Breaking Bad from a lot of people. People absolutely love it.
Yeah, it's great. Cobra Kai, though, that might be my favorite. Obviously, it's excellent for all the reasons Mike was talking about, and
Yeah, it really is. I mean, there was never a show like, I just mentioned Game of Thrones now, but even still, it was nothing like when I first watched Cobra Kai, where it's like, you can't even really describe fully. It's like just, a transcendence, like just
yeah.
that first season, you just watch it. And so, yeah, nothing quite on that level.
And would you? I mean, I've said this to JJH over time. Like, I hope at some point in their lives that they break down why their shows, why their movies work, and their advice, their maxims they give to people. And I did talk to them about that, like when I interviewed them. But I think it's important that they do that, just because I like the way that they think, and it looks like they're making a bit of money doing so. And so it's like, good writing and good choices can be profitable as opposed to pandering. And again, as someone that hasn't indulged too much, I could just be speaking to some nebulous television show that I haven't watched and already resent. But I love what they do. Let's face it, love it. Love this. This is.
I think that's what it is. I think these guys have just found the formula to tell a good story, and they have put that above everything else. And being the makers of Cobra Kai, that's only going to get them so far. That might make them number 1 or number 2 for like a day. The fact that they're still in the top 10 over 2 weeks later shows that this show is standing on their own 2 feet, which I'm thrilled for them, because that means that they're no longer just going to be seen as the Cobra Kai guys. They could potentially be seen as the present or the future of streaming television, certainly of Netflix. Saying like, this is completely original. This was not existing IP that has existed characters for 35 years. These are their own creations, and they just hit it out of the park. They know how to tell a good story. So I'm thrilled for them.
Yeah.
Not only do I think it's well written and all that, it also it's the casting. These are all very great actors. For those that don't know, Kimmy is actually the second Maya. There was a Maya Choi that was originally cast, and I don't know how much of her character was filmed, and it was really a chemistry thing, and was ultimately replaced by Kimmy Rutledge. So that's Maya 2.0, Maya Learner. So yeah, if you don't have the right people, it also doesn't work.
I was wondering why they changed the name. I remember in the initial promo that her name was going to be Choi. I thought maybe they just changed it to.
Yeah, I think they had the first episode shot, and it was a decision after the first episode that it just like the comedy wasn't working or whatever. It just wasn't clicking. And that's a big scary thing too, because you're like, well, we'll change, but what if the second one doesn't work out either? Now you're way into the show.
And how often does that? I'm not in enough productions or any to know this, but I know that the same thing happened with like Michael J. Fox and
Eric Stoltz.
Eric Stoltz, who shares a birthday with me, I should also add. He ended up having a great career, but like, how often does that happen where they yank a character that after they already started filming? Does it happen? Have you heard of other films where that's happened? Films or television shows where?
Well, the one I know the best was actually in Lord of the Rings.
Right.
They had cast Aragorn. I forget the name of the original actor. And then basically I think it was like the first or second day of filming, ultimately like Peter Jackson's like, no, he's not right. And then they brought in
Viggo Mortensen.
Viggo. I was Viggo. Yeah.
Great actor.
Yep.
And then there's other things, remember famously, Hugh Jackman wasn't originally cast as Wolverine.
Right.
They had cast someone else, but he had to do reshoots for Mission Impossible, so was unavailable. So then they went with their second choice, and that ended up being, iconic. So
Yeah.
And there was something
with,
too, I think, with Batman, their first Batman movie. Oh my gosh, what's her name? Kim Basinger was actually the second Vicky Vale, and the first one was Sean. Oh, what was her name? Sean Young, right? And but I think she backed out. She got pregnant or something like that. So
that would have been completely wrong.
It's amazing to think about. Like, wow, like how is this? Another one was he didn't shoot anything, but Tom Selleck was cast as Indiana Jones until like legally he was doing Magnum PI and couldn't play the role. And
was he actually? I had heard that, but I thought it was just like one of them, Spielberg or something, wanted to Selleck, but he wasn't actually cast. I don't know. I don't know the exact.
He did a screen test. I think they cast him, and then the Magnum PI production came in and said, no, wait, you can't do it. So I don't think they shot anything official of him of Indiana Jones, but they went to Harrison Ford after that. And it's just so weird to think about, how these franchises could have gone.
Well, Spielberg originally offered Harrison Ford Dr. Grant in Jurassic Park. And I think maybe that would have actually worked. Yeah. He sent Ford the script and offered him, but Ford, it's like, send it back. I don't get this. It's not for me. So, he had to go for someone else.
Now, speaking of Jurassic Park, do you ever see the Easter egg about how when they're landing at Jurassic Park, how they tie the seatbelts? Do you ever hear about the symbolism of that? When they're landing at Jurassic Park, you just can't figure out the seatbelts. So they're landing, and by the way, I reenacted this the first time I went to Hawaii. And is my reception okay?
Oh yeah, you're doing great. And we want to thank Mike. He had to go. But thank you, Mike, Cobra Kai Wisdom, for joining us. Amazing to have you.
Oh, yes. So Jurassic Park, as they're landing on the island for the first time, you see Sam Neill can't figure out the he has two female seatbelts, so he ties them together as they land. The symbol for life finds a way. All the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park are female, but life found a way. Isn't that mind blowing?
Interesting.
30 years later, I didn't know that until about 5 years or so ago. And then I reenacted it as I landed in Hawaii, much to the dismay of the person I was traveling with. It was fun.
Because you're like, what are you doing with my seatbelt?
Cool. I want to ask Peter and Watch Party, you guys are Obliterated companions, so of course everyone should check you out for the Obliterated show. Are there any special shows or interviews or anything coming up that people should be aware of?
Sure, yeah. If you guys like Ava Winters, my interview with her will be dropping on Monday. So that's
you mean
cool.
Ava Winters, like the lead basically of the show, the head of
the Johnny
team.
Lawrence of this show, yeah.
The eighth degenerate.
Yeah, the eighth degenerate, absolutely. Yeah, we already have one with Maya. That's Kimmy Rutledge. Also, I'm trying to think of the main cast here. Right, Paul.
Paul's posted, right? Yeah.
Paul just dropped. That's Eugene Kim. I am in the middle of scheduling Terrence, who plays Trunk, and also Allison, who plays Lana. So those two are future interviews. Still waiting on the other three. Paola, who plays Gomez, she told me yes, but her manager hasn't gotten back to me yet. And let's see. Currently, we have interviews with the military advisor, Frank, the costume designer, and what has not yet been released, Joel Novoa, who's one of the directors. I also have recorded an interview with Blast, the boyfriend. That's Zach Zagoria. He's already been introduced in episode 3 is Bobby. He's the gentleman that greets the other gentleman with the cauliflower ear, with the gun.
Oh,
So that
yes.
interview's been yeah. So Bobby's been recorded as well. I think that's it in terms of not released. The other two that have been released, the Asian guy named Pete that's found in the party bus that passed out. Very interesting
Was that a
name.
weird one? Was that a weird one for
Yeah.
you, Peter?
Yeah, a little bit. It was like looking in the mirror a little bit, you know. And also the male stripper from episode 2, Jeremy. He's been a popular one. That guy, as you'd imagine.
You mean the guy with the really long
Yes.
Prosthetic.
legs?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
The,
The very long hair. You know, he's got long
Right.
bangs.
what is it
Yeah.
called? The banana split or banana sundae?
Yeah, that's
I
it.
think so. Yeah. It
Yeah.
used to be called the Rachel. Now they call it the banana split. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Okay, everyone, check out Obliterated Companion. Amazing stuff. Really, it's been incredible having you guys watch with us. Thank you, everyone who's been watching. Thank you for joining us today. This is like the most fun way to watch it, and I'm so glad you guys joined for watching and some amazing discussion. And you guys are all invited back for the future episodes. We'll get a date together. No, we're deep into the holiday season, but maybe we can sneak in some watch parties here and there. And we're about halfway through the 8 episodes, right?
Yeah.
You've stuck in watch party a couple of these streams already here.
Yeah.
Yes. So thank you, watch party. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Brian. And Brian, can you tell everyone where to find your work in case they want to chase you down?
Yeah, the place to go. Number one of all, just go to Instagram. It's Brian, BRIAN F, as in Foxtrot. Yeah, YEAH, Brian F. Yeah, on the Instagrams, and got a really cool podcast that's we're making episodes right now called This Entire Album, where I interview people about an album where they love every single song on the album. And Ken, looking forward to having you on there.
Wow.
In the coming days. By the way, that's my formal invitation about it. But yeah, it's, and just go around. Everybody has an album where they love every single song. And I'll say this also, other people have done this concept. I'm not here to be original. I'm here to be interesting. So I'm curious and I'm just going to hit record. And I've had a lot of fun recording a bunch of episodes with people so far. It's been really good. And you'll be around the first of the year. You'll be hearing some really cool stuff. But Ken, looking forward to it. Start thinking of those albums.
Okay. Wow. Thank you. That's wonderful.
Peter as well. You can come too.
Happy to. Thank you.
Yeah,
Is that the formal invitation as well?
Yeah, that is a formal invitation. Yeah, and actually, I should also add for the 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 for the 6th year in a row, Leo Byronberg and Zach Robinson have made the top most played songs on my Apple Music.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
good. Amazing. I think my Spotify is mostly boy bands like Backstreet Boys and NSYNC.
It's good music. It's good music.
Maybe some Britney.
If you want to use one of those albums, you got let me know, because a couple of them have already been spoken for. I think Millennium and the one where they're the Bye Bye, not Bye Bye.
Oh yeah,
I have
the
marionettes.
Plethora of albums. I could even do the soundtrack like La Bamba or something. We'll talk. We'll talk.
Hey, whichever one you wanted, whichever one you love.
That's great. And thank you, Brian. And Watch Party own channel. I'm sure everyone has seen, and if they haven't, they should go right away and subscribe to Watch Party. You cover a lot of different things, including Cobra Kai. But what any videos coming up that we should be looking forward to? Is this year going to be a Karate Kid Cobra Kai year, do you think?
I hope it is. Maybe towards the end of the year it'll become the Karate Kid Cobra Kai. So maybe it's like a build up to that. I've been putting out a couple of Obliterated videos. Probably going to make at least one more, not too long. So a couple are a little longer and a couple are just sort of short, little 3-minute things. So a couple of those, and then I'll.
Is the long one about Trunk?
Ha ha.
See what you did there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so that's it, and then we'll get some more Cobra Kai stuff, and then just see where we go from there.
That's fantastic. That sounds very exciting. And of course, Mike, who joined us for most of it, he had to leave a little early, is Cobra Kai Wisdom. Go follow him on Instagram, Facebook.
Great memes. Great memes. Yeah.
Oh yeah, amazing. The probably the best, most consistent memes of Cobra Kai. So
In Watch Party, I
anyway,
must also say good to meet you, because I don't think we've ever corresponded before.
No,
and
I
yes,
don't
you were
think so.
invited as well. I keep thinking it's just a logo.
I'm
sitting
not
there,
a
but you're
music
human
guy. I
being.
will collapse. I can't do music. I don't know.
It makes for good TV.
Yeah. Well.
Well, everyone, thank you so much. Thanks for joining us today, and keep it tuned. Subscribe to this channel, follow this channel, hit the notification bell, and we'll keep you updated on the next Obliterated watch party. Everyone, have a great weekend. We'll see you.